Hi, my name is Venkatesh and this is my friend Niladri. We have both received our pre-placement offer at Cairn Oil and Gas, Vedanta Limited. Regarding the eligibility criteria, the minimum CG cutoff was 6. You shouldn't have any backlogs, and I think droppers weren't allowed, right?
Yeah, so one thing I would like to add. So for boys, the CGPA criteria was 8.25, and for girls there was no actually there was a criteria of 6, but that might vary every year because this year there was no criteria for our juniors. There was no CGPA criteria. There was only a dropper criteria for the boys only. Like they must not have a gap year between their 12th and their college.
So the job role that we have got was graduate engineer trainee role, and in that you'll be basically given a project to help out with their operations.
Okay, so yeah, as Venkatesh said, there was the GET trainee role, and the selection procedure was there was a resume shortlisting at first. Like I said earlier, there was a CGPA shortlisting for boys. After that, there was a round of group discussion. Okay, so and finally there was both HR and technical interview on a single interview only.
Yeah, but it changed recently for our juniors. They have also included an online test.
Yeah.
I mean, the basic strategy I followed was starting quite early, and after that, whenever you read textbooks, right, just make sure that you write notes so that during the time of your interview you can just revise everything quickly.
Yeah, so similar to his strategy, I also followed the same, and I would like to point out more on the communication skill part, because no matter what your GPA is, if you are not able to clear the group discussion round, you won't be able to sit for the interview. Yeah.
I would say it was fairly competitive. Many of my friends have similar GPA to mine. So, but basically it comes down to your GPA, your communication skills, and how well you perform during your interview. In my opinion, I believe that properly engaging with your team is the most important factor. Whenever you face any difficulties during your internship, or just regularly updating your team about your work, I think it will increase your chances of converting it into a PPO.
Yeah, exactly. You are the most junior person there. Okay, so you should not be ashamed to ask such things, even if the doubt is silly. Okay, so you should interact more with your mentor and your overall head. So yeah, that will that will actually make your image in the office. So you would be known. Okay, so when they are giving out the scores for the PPO, they'll remember you. That's the thing.
The first thing I would say is that students actually try to write some complex topics in their resume, and most of the times they're not really confident about those topics. And I would say that the interviewers, especially in petroleum, are quite knowledgeable. They're very experienced in almost all aspects. And so whenever you try to write something something different, something complex, it will raise their curiosity and they will ask you.
Exactly. The thing is people try to outsmart the panel. Okay, so that's not exactly possible. Okay, so they have years of experience, minimum 5 years of experience who come to interview here. So that should not be done. They also know you're freshers, like you are just out of college or you will be out of college. So they will ask you according to your caliber, not like they will ask something very complex. Only if you do not add that. Okay, and other than that, yeah, you have to play smartly. And another mistake that I would like to point out is like arguing with the interviewer. So that's not exactly a good idea. So sometimes he might try to confuse you. Even if you're right, he might try to convince you. Frustrating at that time or starting to panic at that time is not a really bright idea. Okay, so that shows your poor leadership skills. Okay, you are not able to handle tough situations. So that's something you should practice on.
Key takeaways from my internship, I would say that basically adjusting to the professional setting is quite different from your academic environment. Learning to communicate effectively. When I initially joined Cairn, I thought I was communicating effectively, but there is always more. You can always improve. So yeah, I learned that I thought I was very good at something, even my concepts, right? I always thought that basically in industry experience is different from academic experience. In academics, we actually, like, if there's a particular situation, there is this particular solution. But in the industry, it's not. You don't follow hard and fast rules. Sometimes you have to be flexible with your solutions.
Exactly, like you have to adapt to new solutions. It's not exactly what's written in the textbook you have to apply there. So they'll, like, the situations in the textbooks are fairly ideal. Okay, so that won't occur in the field or in the industry. So that thing I learned from my internship, and yeah, his point on effective communication, that's a really good thing that we got to know. Other than that, the office culture. Okay, so I would say, like, here in college, if you feel unwell, like, or if you feel like missing classes, you're feeling sleepy, you can just skip that. You do not get to do the same thing in office. Okay, so it's more about discipline. So yeah, that was a really good thing to learn about and a really good experience.
Okay, so I would recommend them to refer websites like PetroWiki and SLB Glossary to clear their concepts. And if you want to, like, read any research paper about a particular topic, you can refer to One Petro.
Yeah, like research papers give you a lot of knowledge, okay, and in-depth knowledge. So those are really good for your understanding. Other than that, there are specific textbooks. If you, like, are confused about what to read, I would suggest, like, the lecture plans are provided to you by the professors. You can and there are recommended books. You can just pick one or two books from that, and you can start reading those for a kickstart. Other than that, it depends on what specialization you are doing for drilling, for production, or for reservoir engineering. There are different kind of books, and professors do recommend that.
I would say, read some textbooks, start reading textbooks, because many of the students, just rely on notes. Notes are, like, I would say it's like good for revision sometimes, but the notes that are provided during our classes, they do not contain the entire concepts, or sometimes it's just like condensed so that you can just read it in 1-2 lines. But in the textbooks, you have every single thing from limitations to derivations. Everything, single thing is, like, important in your interviews.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't rely on class PPTs only. They might be good for scoring in exams, and, like, it's totally different to secure a job or an internship or scoring a high CGPA. There's a lot of difference in that. So yeah, develop more habits on reading textbooks, and, like, you have to be consistent. Okay, so it's not a 1 week thing. Like, we prepared for months, because although our company came late, so we started preparing from summer and took months. So you have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. It's not like okay, and once you stop doing such things, like once there is a break, you'll have to spend a lot of time to get on back with it. Okay, so it's better to be consistent and wait for the results.